Let's talk about this.
Yet another warning about the dangers of social media use among kids and teens.
And I'm sure you're not surprised. The U.S. Surgeon General just put out an advisory highlighting this as a public health issue. I would say it's an emergency almost at this point. So what could be done about it?
So we have Dr. Ebony White here. She's an assistant clinical professor in Drexel University's Counseling and Family Therapy Department.
It seems to me we're all going to have to get involved, like the old, it takes a village kind of thing. Almost every person in society needs to help.
Absolutely. It really does take a village because this is a relational issue. It's not just an individual issue, so we all do need to get involved.
What was he stressing? How would you summarize this release by the Surgeon General?
Well, I appreciate that he started systemically. He didn't make it the responsibility of teens to manage their own use.
Yeah.
Right. He said, listen, we need to have policies. We need to do better in our homes, right? We need to address the platforms that promote misinformation to see so that they can examine the impact that they're having on our youth. So he didn't make it an individual issue. He made it all of our issues. So I really appreciated that.
And when it comes to policy, like limits on how much the kids use, or what kind of policies do you think should be?
So I think it's dangerous when we try to limit things, particularly when we're talking about youth. Anytime something is banned, they want to do it more. And so we can't have a conversation about eliminating or limiting things without talking about what we're increasing instead of. So we have to talk about that.
That's a very good point, because one of the tips when we do these segments, it's always limit how much time they use, make sure it's only a certain amount, or take a break. And that's true. When you tell a kid they can't do something, then they really
want to do it.
Absolutely. Just think about back in the day, I remember when NWA's album came out and they said explicit, everybody wanted to buy it. And so our youth today, they are immersed in social media. They want to know what's going on. They don't want to feel left out.
So let's bring it up into groups of humans then.
Okay.
Like legislators, the policy makers. What can they do?
Absolutely. So I think they can put limits on
age. Yeah.
They could put limits in regards to what's allowed in schools.
Yeah.
Right. They can put limits on media as well. Right.
Well,
and so they have power to do all of those things.
And when you say age, because that is also always a topic of conversation, at what age should we let our kids get on social media? Do you have a recommendation, or do you think there's an age range?
So I don't, because each child is different developmentally. And so parents know their children, guardians know their children. So at the point where your child is able to distinguish between concrete and abstract thought, which means they're able to tell the difference between real and fake, then, it's okay. But if they can't make that distinction yet, then they should not be engaging in social media.
That's just off the top of my head. I'm not a researcher. What about the tech companies? They have to be a part of the village.
Absolutely. And I think that it is problematic when they're just looking for more viewers, right? They're trying to get more money. They're trying to get more people watching and more people engaged in their technology. And they put that over mission, right? Over supporting our youth, over the mental health of our youth. They put revenue over care. And so that's problematic.
Okay. So what about parents and caregivers then?
And so, like I said, we can't talk about limits without talking about what are we increasing. And so, unfortunately, although social media does have its benefits, it has been a barrier for relational and social engagement. And so people are connecting more online, and that is okay, but that means that they're disconnecting more in person. And so some people aren't even able to have conversations face-to-face because they're so used to being behind a screen or a tablet or their telephone.
So by that you mean when we're doing certain things like family time or dinner time, no phones or no social media? Like
or you can engage in conversation around that, right? What are you looking at? What are you watching?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Exactly.
Could the teens police themselves? That's Pollyanna.
No. Did you police yourself?
No. I'm not policing myself now. Oh, my goodness. It was great to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thank you for these recommendations.